Hi, Zizaran here with another video, and today we are going to go over my Bladefall character. So this is the character I'm using to farm Ubers, and yeah, I just want to show the character. It is not going to be a build guide. I will be going over the full character, but whenever it's over 1,000 divines, and we can probably do a rough calculation on how much it is, but it's kind of more of a character showcase and a bit of a flex, because I'm pretty happy with how the character turned out, just to set some expectations for the video. A couple of hours from when this video goes up, we're going to be uploading a supercut of the first few Uber boss kills that this character did, so stay tuned for that. So first I was thinking, what am I going to do with my Mage Blood? I finally have to use this one. This is my third Mage Blood, but the first one that I've actually used. The other two I just let rot in my stash. And that's because, in my opinion, when you get things like a Mage Blood or Perfect Gear on Hardcore Solo Self-Found, you sort of beat the game and there's nothing left to do. This is a bit boring. Whereas on Hardcore Trade, I can just try to make stupid amounts of currency, and I am a little bit more incentivized to try different builds, as well as, you know, maybe wanting to try to make a mirror-worthy item. So first I was thinking about making a Juggernaut. Ty and me were working on a build for that, and it looked really good on paper. It looked like it would have around the same damage as the Bladefall character does, and it would be really tanky, but a big issue with it was I'd be playing Shield Crush. And I'm not sure how I'd feel about actually playing Shield Crush, because this isn't just a character for killing the Uber one time, it's for farming them. If I wanted to just kill them one time, I would just go pop them on my EA, right? But that's eventually gonna die to them when I make a big mistake. I asked Rue, I was like, hey, you crazy cat, you got some good ideas. I really need to use a Mage Blood, but I also wanted to feel good. And he was like, Ziz, I got you. Bladefall. Bladefall. We haven't played that since like 2016, 17, whatever. Like, Bladefall's always paired with Blade Blast. And he was like, yeah, but it works basically like Reap with Awakened Spell Cascade. It's really good. Trust me, bro. And I did. So let's go in Path of Building here and we'll look at everything. So let's see. I can turn off things like Vol Haste. I'll turn off Steel Skin. And we'll put Count 8 on my Bladefall. That should be around, correct? There. And then we don't have frenzy charges. I did drive for a long time getting a frenzy ring. I've spent so much currency trying to get one. But yeah, it's a bit of a pain. Oh yeah, and I should turn on my flask. My Progenesis, which is my first time using Progenesis. I did have that as well on SSF. I had a Oriat's End and Progenesis and a Mage Blood, I think, in one league, and I just didn't use it on SSF. And I was like, I didn't beat the game. So right now I'm at around 17 million, and there's a few upgrades I can do to get it a little bit higher. I can change the build a little bit, and I might do that to get a little bit more damage. But I am farming Ubers right now and feeling pretty tanky. Not immortal. There's like a few moves from Maven that kill me. And some degens can be a little bit scary, but generally feeling very tanky on this build. My Uber DPS right now is like 5, I think. But yeah. So they've been going pretty fast. I mean, we can have some Ubers going in the background while I'm talking, but they're dying. I'm happy with the speed they're dying at. I mean, obviously more would be better. The defenses wise, it's really, really nice. So if we put it to, you know, even we can include crit. I am technically crit immune, but we can include crit anyway, because normally, let's see, normally we would have this on. The enemy is poisoned. But, you know, it's nice to see for worst case scenario, because, for example, the Sirus Meteor, I won't have him poisoned for that. So if we see here, hits before death, 461. That is quite nice. So yeah, hits before death, 461 on Shaper Sam. Sirus Meteor, we can tank easily. And if we turn on, which I do, I manually turn on Steel Skin, then I could almost tank, actually I can tank slightly over 2 Sirus Meteors. Owie. We did it for Karn!
What?
I am always careful to hit my Steel Skin because we aren't 100% sure if we actually know the boss numbers and the monster numbers. So I am a little bit careful with that. The only thing that I almost died to was the X-Arc balls, which we know is incorrect. It does say I should be able to tank 15. I absolutely cannot tank 15. It was more like 6 or 7 that almost killed me. So that was a little scary. I cannot tank a memory game as well. You need to be able to tank 3 of those. Hits before death should be more than 3 to survive. So yeah, that's the character's defenses. It's been a blast to play. Nah, I don't even use Blade Blast. But first we can like look over and maybe even price the gear to get a rough idea of how much I've spent and how much value is in the character. So the wand, sadly, I had to fracture this myself because I have low int on this character, so I couldn't get a 14% cast speed wand. But what I can do is I could fracture a pagan wand with Chaos Dot multi. Now, fracturing orbs were between 17 for the cheapest ones I got and 20 for the most expensive ones. And I did get it on the 4th try. So this basically, including getting the +1 fizz and +1 spell, I think this costed me around like 120 divines. There's a lot of fracturing orbs used. Obviously, a better suggestion here is just hit it on the first one. And I could get a slightly better one. I am tempted to go for that eventually. What I could basically do would be to do prefixes cannot be changed and do Ashlyn Unveil. Hope that it hits a prefix and unveil the chaos damage and chaos heal effect duration as a real one. And then I could do prefixes cannot be changed and either reforge speed, which is crazy, or I could do augment speed until I get tier 1 cast speed. And this would be like probably 20% more damage. Ascendancy gloves, these are pretty cheap. These are just like, well, people have them up for 20 divines now, but they were like, I sold some for like 5 divines. So I'm going to price them at 5 divines. Mage blood, it's like 500, and I can get more damage here by getting a better enchant. We can do the, if you enemy withered gets 6% less all resistance, that would be quite big. The boots were kind of whatever. I would just price those as like less than 5D. Yeah, I mean, like elevating the, with Orbital Conflict, the implicits is a bit expensive, but yeah, we'll price them 5D. The ring, so honestly, we can just price this at like 1D, maybe 2. Well, 2, because I had to do prefixes cannot be changed. I'll underprice the ring a bit. I have been working on a second ring, but I'm trying to get a better one. Like, I want to see if I can get basically this ring, but instead of cold damage, I would want minimum frenzy charge. This beast of a chest was 75D. Very, very happy with that. I was hoping to pay anywhere from like 30 to 100 divine, so it's fine. Happy with that. He wanted 70D. Well, first he wanted 75D, and I was like, if it's 75D, I wanted colored, and he colored it for me, and I was like, okay, good. Then I'll pay 75, because I was trying to buy it for 70. Minx Heart, this was like 1 divine for a perfect roll plus the catalysts. And there is a scenario where I try to buy a bunch of these and double crop them for bleed immune. That's not a bad idea, but my amulet, including the anoint, is 3 divine, but it's just like 1D for the base. And there were quite a lot of these up for sale. I bought them all and tried to double crop them, because if I could hit +1 curse, that would be insane. I was not able to hit that. I'm going to be making a new helmet because I don't need the chaos, nor do I need the fire resist. So I do have a new helmet finally. Where is it? Here. So I will be doing that, and I think that'll be nice. Would it be nice if this had armor so you could get life regen? That would be huge. The shield, this was 4 divines. I would need a shield with at least 22% total. 22% total of the, what do you call it? Is taken as elemental. Tattoo wise, I have so many. 9? I have like another 40 divines in the cold rest tattoos. We're using melding. So 40 divines in tattoos. And the Watcher's Eye, that's like 40-ish divines. These are kind of whatever. They're probably just like 4 each. So it's a bit of a pain to get reduced mana cost on jewels. This one, as you can see, this one's just for the reduced mana cost and corrupted blood. I almost died to that on my first boss kill. That would have been devastating. And the clusters are basically Battle Hardened, Furious Assault, and Master the Fundamentals. I don't even really need Master the Fundamentals. I have a bunch of like oak tattoos. I think I have another like 10 divines in miscellaneous tattoos because these are 50C each. These are like 50, maybe 1D. We'll put another. We'll just put 5D in miscellaneous assaults. Tattoos. And then I came up with a setup here. I was like, because initially Rue had Leaf Shade over here, and I was like, well, taking Perfect Agony isn't really a big issue for me anyway, because my hits aren't the damaging point. So what if I put Leaf Shade over here, and I can get an additional 16 Flask effect, which makes my Progenesis a lot stronger, which is a huge part of the build. And then that worked out pretty nicely. I got that in less than 10, I think. So I don't know, 15D maybe for Leaf Shade. They're between 1.5 or 2D each. Unnatural Instinct, I think they're like 30D. I'll put it as 25 because it was like 25 when I got mine. Now this is very, very expensive. This is one of the really chef's kiss items I have this league. We are actually thinking about dropping this and anointing +1 curse instead, and getting poison chance somewhere else. So we'll see. I haven't fully decided what to do, but I might have a more damaging setup. But this is like 200 divines. But we can put it down as 150. That is the highest I've been offered for it. Somebody was like, hey, unequip that and I'll give you 150D. But I don't really want to sell it. It's just so rare. It's the only one that's been all league. Oh, and I was like corrupting these and I hit reservation on skill. So I might be able to do something nifty with that. And then, yeah, the helmet I'm using at the moment is temporary ones, kind of whatever. And then awaken gems. And I have a little bit over between 100 and 150 in awaken gems. And divergent gems, etc. Like everything is a divergent or anomalous gem pretty much. It's probably closer to 150 because like awaken spell cascade is 70 on its own. We'll put 150 for that as well. So as you can see, this is why I don't make an actual guide for the character and I just kind of showcase it because it's just so expensive. And someone in my chat was right. There is absolutely one lucky player that will happenstance upon like a crazy amount of currency that doesn't know what to do with it, but there's not a lot of those people. There are some people dual wielding credit cards, but I don't really care that much about making a guide for them. I just want to show off the character and what went into it. And then these are the ascendancy points, and I'm using Polaris for more mitigation and Relic Extra because I'm scared of like bleed, etc. because I'm not bleed immune. And I do have steel skin to remove bleeds. We're also using some pretty cool technology here with the Unnatural Instinct where we have max cold rest on all of those because it's requires no more than one adjacent passive skill is allocated. Well, none of them are allocated, even though they're being taken by Unnatural Instinct. And then I have max life up here. So that's pretty cool. And then the potion setup, I'm using Progenesis. And this is permanent as long as I've crit recently. And it's reused at the end, so it does last forever almost. And then cast speed, 69% effect. Nice. 70% effect with 25 reduced mana cost. And this is so nice because of the tattoos here. Additional Ellie res. I didn't think I needed this, but I do. I am not lightning res capped even with just a perfectly rolled topaz. And then just regen here. That gives me a lot of regen. Gives me like 500 life regen and crazy onslaught. So that's pretty much it there. Obviously you can import Zizaran and Toha. Actually it was supposed to be my Toda character and I typoed it. So we've done 70 Ubers now, I think. Done a lot of Maven, a lot of Cortex. So Sirus and Cortex has been the easiest so far. Eater has been the scariest. Exarch was very scary as well. Both Eater and Exarch are the only ones I almost died at. Cortex was a little scary. I think the only thing that's scary at Cortex is increased life because I do kill it very fast. But yeah, that is pretty much it for this character. And yeah, we'll see if we can make some improvements during the day. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys are enjoying the Uber content. It's very exciting to be farming it on hardcore. Very scary still. One fuck up and you're gone. There's like a lot of things that can kill the character. So hope you guys enjoy videos like this. It's a bit of a flex. I'm proud of the character. And thanks to Rue for making the beautiful POB and helping me min-max it. So it's been very cool. Thanks for watching. Sub if you liked the video, but more importantly, try to die less than I do.